All right, hello there, welcome back to another wee bit different video. Today's video, we are going to be talking about, or honestly reacting to, a podcast segment where Adam Silver, the commissioner of the NBA, raises possibility of NBA moving to 10-minute quarters. Now, obviously, this is not in any stage of, oh, it's happening, it's coming to the NBA is doing this. It's not even in serious discussion yet, but he did throw out the possibility. Like, hey, I would like to see this. And yeah, let's watch the video. We're not going to watch the entire 6-minute segment that is shown on here, but let's talk about it.
And I'm probably in a minority. As we get more involved in global basketball, the NBA is the only league that plays 48 minutes. And I am a fan of 4 10-minute quarters. I'm not sure that many others are.
Okay, so I'm going to jump in right here because there's huge benefits, in my opinion, to 48-minute quarters, and I'm going to give my reasoning right now. Biggest thing you get is more basketball. That is the grand benefit. The most obvious one is more basketball. 8 more minutes than college and, Olympics. 8 more minutes, which, is 8 more minutes of entertainment, ideally, in theory. Another thing you get is you get to see the depth of every team, and every team's going to have to really bring out, their 9-man or 8-man rotation. On 40-minute quarters, if you see what the Knicks are doing with these 40-minute games anyway, you could theoretically see like a 7-man rotation. That's a very extreme example, but 11-man rotations, 10-man rotations, or games where you see, 10 or 11 guys jump in. You're not going to see that ever. It's never going to happen on 40-minute quarters. So that means you're getting less opportunity for these young players, which brings a little bit less excitement in, I'm going to call the development system. The point is that people get excited about watching these development phases, and you put in 40-minute quarters, guys who only get 10 minutes a game are going to get 0 minutes a game. I know that doesn't make sense because of the math, but what would happen is anyone who gets 10 minutes a game, that extra 2 minutes, because it's an 8-minute difference, that extra 2 minutes will just be logged on to the starters or to whomever. But the point is, you're getting less development. And the biggest reason, in my opinion, is the stats. I mean, it's going to be so wonky. The stats will be just, in my opinion, all over the place. The records will be all over the place. It's just a bad idea. It's a bad idea for basketball. Averaging 30 points per game could be affected because you're going to have players who are like, yo, I don't need to play 37 minutes a night. I can only play 31 or 32. I'll sit out for 8 minutes. You know what I mean? It can really... To me, it's just a bad idea. Also, if you go to the games, and if you've gone to several games in the past, you enjoy the 48 minutes of basketball when you're at the games. Why would you shorten that? Why would you shorten the event? And if you want to talk about, hold on, let's let this clip go out. I've said a lot. Let's let this clip go out, and I will get to my other point right now.
I mean, putting aside what it means for records and things like that, I think that a 2-hour format for a game is more consistent with sort of modern television.
Adam Silver. No one important is watching this. I shouldn't say that because maybe some of you guys got some crazy cool jobs or you got an important life. But no one important related to the NBA system who's got connections to the NBA is watching this. Start the games on time. We start the games 20 minutes after the fact, or 15. And if it's a game that no one gives a shit about, we'll start at 11 minutes after the start time. You don't know what I'm talking about? Last night, the Thunder and the Warriors game was scheduled at, I believe it was 7 o'clock. It didn't start till 7:17. You want a 2-hour format? Start the games on time. Start the fucking games on time, Adam. There's your 2-hour format. Come on. You want to speed it up? Okay. NFL, They have, I shouldn't even bring up the NFL with the whole shit going on with the refs, but to help with speed up the time, the NFL, what they do is they have just a officiating system to where if it's a first down, it's a first down. No need to look at it. Like, we see it, everyone sees it, make it a first down. We got guys in New York who are looking at it. Why the fuck does the NBA do that with some of these obvious foul calls or these challenges that have obvious decisions? Like, yo, there's a guy on the monitor, he's looking at it, very obvious, very clear. Okay, cool. We can speed the game up. Get rid of maybe some of the touch fouls. Or hey, you know what? Hot take here. Start the game on time. That would be a big help. Start the game. Start the game on time, Adam. And even if that's like not the only solution, again, the NFL is not the perfect example with clean reffing, but at the very least, they have, I don't even know what it's called. It's just like an officiating system to where, again, they can have people look at it and say, oh, first down, move the chains, let's go. Well, let's keep it going. We don't need to waste anyone's time. Replay review, replay assistance. Replay assistance is, I believe, the name. The NBA can have replay assistance. You know what I mean? Like, just come on. Or, hey, let's review a flagrant 2 that's going to take 10 minutes of our time. Replay assistance. You make enough money. Resources are not up. Replay assistance would save us so much time and so much of these long reviews. Replay assistance. Just get it done. Just please. God damn it. Start the games on time. First and foremost. But replay assistance. Maybe get rid of some of the touch fouls because there's so many free throws being shot because you're ticky-tacky with these calls. Just keep it going.
Television habits. I don't think people in arenas aren't asking us to shorten the game.
No.
But I think as a television program, being 2 hours, that's Olympic basketball, is 2 hours. You know, college basketball, of course, is.
Yeah, but
is
if you like it, I'd say it has kind of a little bit of a push there.
Yeah, but it's such a dramatic.
Yeah. That was a weird, yeah, Adam.
Change to the game. I mean, I think something like that would have to be talked more about over time.
This is a horrible idea.
Incidentally,
but the pitch clock was dramatic, Commissioner.
Yeah, no, I get it, and I'm a fan of what baseball did. I'm a baseball fan, and I think
you want to compare the pitch clock, which doesn't affect the game in it of itself, from the standpoint of there's still 9 fucking innings. Shortening the game to 40 minutes is like shortening innings, buddy. It's not the same as the pitch clock. The pitch clock is like, hey, instead of 15 seconds on the free throw, let's give them 7 seconds. Okay, that's like the fucking pitch clock. That's shortening the time. You want to put 7 seconds on the free throw line so these guys don't just catch their breath, do their routine? I mean, I'm cool with the free throws being 15 seconds, by the way, but the pitch clock is just way different than this. We are not talking about shortening the innings. We're talking about the fucking pitch clock comparing to actual game time. Like, what are we doing, bro? Stop. Pitch clock, 48 minutes of basketball, not the same thing. Free throw time, pitch clock, same thing. Okay, guys, shooting the free throw, that you only have a certain amount of time. Or you could say shot clock, but that 24 seconds is already pretty short as it is, and it works really well. Point is, stop. Let's keep it going.
Some of those changes have really increased sort of the engagement, the entertainment value of the game. And so I'm paying a lot of attention to that. And in fact, I've used the pitch clock, the sort of the increasing the size of the base, et cetera, in meetings at the NBA to say, if baseball, which is more locked into tradition, and I don't mean that negatively, than any other sport. And part of what baseball provides is the tradition, the legacy, that if they're able to make those changes, certainly we shouldn't be afraid to look at changes as well. So, I also think, though,
I like that they're not shying away from trying to evolve the game. That's a good thing that they're trying to do that. It's just that this is a really bad idea. To give an example of this, if you guys know someone really smart in your life, right? They're just absolutely smart. They say stuff that's like, man, this guy is so cool. This guy is so smart. This guy just gets it. Sometimes they're just going to say some dumb shit and you got to look at them and say, you know what, dude, that wasn't it. Someone really funny, someone that's hilarious. say they say the best jokes in the world. Sometimes they're just gonna say jokes that just don't hit. And you look at them like, no. Maybe that one guy, that kind of doesn't cross the line, but is sitting around it with these offensive jokes, really, really, really vulgar jokes, and then he just says one that's just too far. You know what I mean? There's a line of, okay, you're really good at this, you're doing great, but then, okay, no, that's too much. This is the area of too much. This is stupid. This is not funny. This is too much. So some of you guys might actually hear that and think, oh, it's not a bad idea. Dude, please don't. Please don't get me started. After what I just presented, there's other ways to shorten the game. Resources are not an issue. Let's keep it going. Press play.
We have made a series of changes over the years. They haven't been as dramatic in many cases. We've changed the format in the last 2 minutes of the game so we wouldn't have as many stoppages. We have a coach's challenge now. We had the Hack-a-Shack issue. We changed the rule there. I mean, we added the cup, which we now have. We have a play-in tournament. I mean, so we've made significant.
Play-in tournament was a great idea. See what I'm saying? Like, going back to that, the funniest guy says a great joke, and you're like, man, that joke was great. Smartest guy says something that is just like so next level. You're like, man, that was real great insight. And then that guy tipping around the line of offensive, not offensive, says it to where it's not too offensive, but it's like right at the line. You're like, that's hilarious. It's vulgar, but it's hilarious. You guys get my point. The NBA Cup was a great idea. This phenomenal for the NBA. This 40-minute shit, though, no.
Changes
I have an
over
idea.
the years.
I have an idea before I let you go. How about we take away the three-point line during the in-season tournament?
I don't watch this guy's stuff. I clicked on this because it's a pretty thing. It's a pretty important thing to look into. If you're an NBA fan, like, holy shit, Adam Silver's talking about 40-minute quarters. But what the fuck is this take? If you thought 40-minute quarters was bad, taking away the three-point line. The biggest reason why that's stupid is, for one, it's the three-point line. It's such a big part of the game. The second reason why that is beyond stupid is a big incentive outside of the money for these teams to really try hard in the NBA Cup is they get to experience a playoffs light. A mini version of the playoffs. It's not the same as the playoff atmosphere, but it's as close as you're going to get to playoff atmosphere in the regular season. And a lot of guys really love to experience what it's like, and at the same time, have themselves develop in those situations. You want to take away the three-point line in a competition that is supposed to replicate playoffs, but for the regular season. Players like Tyrese Halliburton said as much in the playoffs last year. Yeah, I really felt like the in-season tournament helped us. I really felt like, it prepares better for this moment. You take away the three-point line, and it's like, okay, how is that playoffs light? It's totally different. That totally changes the game. A big incentive is for these young players to grow, and then you want to make it, let's take away the three-point fucking line. I don't watch this show. If you do, cool. Maybe this is just one of his dumb takes. Maybe this guy's a really smart guy who said something just really dumb. Maybe this guy's a really funny guy who said something that just wasn't funny. But, oh no, stop it. Keep it going.
Interesting. I mean, it's like the issue there is...
Wait, that wasn't interesting.
Well, because I'm not... I like the three-point shot. I mean... Let me take a step back. I mean, if you think from when you first started covering the NBA to the skill level of big men now. Yep. I mean, look at Victor Wembanyama. Look at Giannis. Look at Jokic. Look what these guys can do. It was like the fact that they are so skillful that they can shoot from these kinds of distances, shoot in the way guards used to be able to. Is there too much three-point shooting in certain situations? Maybe. But I also don't want to overreact to what we're seeing in the game because the game goes through transitions I think the game is incredible right now, day in, day out. I think some of the criticism is a bit unfair, and that goes back to my earlier point that I think the league needs to do a better job teaching about the game so that there's real appreciation for what people are seeing.
So, to finish that off, I do love his take though. He is talking about these young players and the best players and how much they're revolutionizing the game. The biggest thing for me is change is good until it's not, and that sounds really dumb, but dude, you are talking about something that is just taking away from the skills of certain players. Also, to finish off, he's talking about the appreciation for the game. The NBA media does a horrible job of appreciating anyone because all they do is talk shit. You go on ESPN, all they do is talk shit. So that's not helping anyone at all. And to me, that's why I don't watch, any of those talk shows. The only stuff I watch basketball related is actual games and like player podcasts, because they won't just go on and shit on players. They'll actually like talk about the game and embrace the game and just not say nonsense just to say it. Let me know what you guys think though. I think this is a interesting topic to say the least, and yeah, I'm very against it. Let me know your thoughts though. As always, feel free to like, subscribe. It goes a long way into helping the channel. This is Ollie Been Different. All we've been different. And we out.